Hello everyone. Welcome to Shet Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. My name is Ms. Deepa Podar. I am going to teach you psychology. So let's begin with the chapter. Psychology chapter 3 Personality for standard 12th. So before we start with the chapter, let's read these two samples that I've displayed in front of you so that we will understand that what exactly is personality and what are we going to study today. Let's read the sample. Rohan is a good looking boy. He is genius but extremely arrogant. He always shouts at his friend. He always talks very rudely to his parents. Second one, Ruchi is a girl with ordinary looks. She is poor in her studies but always gets along nicely with her friends. She always talks in a polite manner to everyone. So here we read about two people, Rohan and Ruchi, who have very different personality. Right? So why is it like that? What's happening in Rohan's life so that he is behaving like that? And what is going on in Ruchi's life? And what about the past of these people that they are behaving like this? So this is all about personality. So let's begin with the chapter in detail. Introduction of the chapter. In psychology, the term personality means individual, characteristic, pattern of thinking, feeling, behaving throughout the life. And the wrong belief here is individual with attractive look. So in psychology, we don't say that if the individual is attractive looking, with a good height, with a good facial features, with a good skin color, it doesn't mean that he has a good personality. We can only say that he has a very good physical features, right? But when you talk about personality, it is very important to talk about individual characteristics meaning, is he very aggressive person, is he very polite person, is he very kind, fun loving, or very sporty person? Then pattern of thinking, what is the pattern of thinking of an individual, like very narrow type thinking or a good mindset to openly accept new things and explore more. And the feeling and the behaviors throughout the life, that is a personality, right? Not a physical appearance. So whenever you comment on someone's personality, it is very important to look throughout all the points, not only the attractive features, right? So let's see the definition here. Definition of personality. The word personality came from Latin word. It's called persona. Persona means mask. Okay. So in a country, they used to perform on the stage, and whichever expression they used to perform, they put a mask of that. So that is what personality is. When we are sitting with a group of friends, we put a different mask. When we are sitting with our teacher, we put a different mask. We exhibit a different personality. And when we are with our family, it's a different situation at house. And if a guest comes, it's a very different situation at house, right? So this is how we put a mask, or we can say that we keep changing our behavior according to the situation. So here we have few definitions given by psychologists. First one is, according to Norman Munn, personality is a unique combination of individuals' physical structure, needs, interest, ability, and aptitude. So Norman says that if you see all these points, that is what a combination of all these points is the personality. Physical feature that I talked about, the needs, what is the need of an individual will also tell you more about his personality, right? Then the interest and the abilities will tell you about his personality. So combination of all these is personality. The next one is given by Jordan Alport. He says that personality is a dynamic organization with the individual of those psychological systems that determine his unique adjustment to environment. This is exactly the example I was talking about. We try to adjust in the environment uniquely. If we have a guest at home, we we behave differently. If there is nobody at home, you're just alone at home, you behave differently, sit anywhere, eat like anything, watch anything, right? But when there are people at home, we behave well if there's a guest, because we know there are people who is watching you all the time, so behave differently. So we need to adjust ourselves according to the environment. That is all about personality, right? Next, factors shaping personality. So in this video I am going to cover this point, that is called factors shaping personality. As we are talking about so much of personality of everyone, so we need to understand what are the factors that affects personality. If you are like that, why are you like that? If your friend is like that, why is he or she is like that? So we have 7 factors here where you can try to understand anyone personalities. Okay, so first one is here heredity. Heredity is the physical and mental makeup of personality. For example, the height, structure, eye color that influence self concept. So, if the physical appearance is well and accepted by the society, then individual self concept increases, right? So, this is how it is. Heredity plays an important role also in individual personality. We all know that we get the hairs, the type of hair, the eye color, skin tone, height, all these are coming from the parents, right? So one part of personality is a heredity, which is coming from your family belongings. Second one is endocrine glands. Endocrine glands has few glands in it, that is pituitary, thyroid, pancreas, adrenal glands, shapes individual oversecretion and lead to irritability and instability. So we all know that oversecretion and undersecretion or less secretion happens in the glands. So if there are secretion in a lower level, then we will see the individual is very lazy, very lethargic, and not willing to do things very interestingly. And where there is a over secretion, we see that the person is very irritated and unstable in their day to day life. So it is not only about their life, it can also be the personality or endocrine gland factors which shapes the personality. So here I hope you are able to see it. Next one, third is family, and fourth one is peer group. Now these are the very important factor in individual personality. I'll try to explain you, but it is very important for you to go back and read your textbook. Okay, I sent the PDF across also. So here let's talk about family. Family structure, socio-economic status, parental practice can boost self-confidence and self-esteem. Now I'll try to explain you the family structure. We have two types of family structure in our country, that is nuclear and joint family. If we have a nuclear family where a child growing up in that family will have very less people to experience, right, to know about world. But if a child is growing up in a joint family, he must be having grandmothers and more siblings, cousins, and lots of people to gain experience and learn from all of them, right? Now next one is socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic status is very important here, because if there are the basic needs which is not fulfilled for the little child, then his mentality will be very different. But if there is a child whose all the interests are fulfilled, then his mentality would be different, because the both of the people are seeking different thing from their life, right? Now parental practice means how the parents are treating the child, what are the relationship between the mother and the father, right? We have some family who are separated, divorced, and there are few parents who are together but not treating the child in a manner that he or she must be treated. So all these points can boost your personality. You can be a very great person, but if all these points goes here and there, the person's personality, or we can say confidence and self-esteem, goes haywire. Not always decreases, but sometimes it confuses the individual. Next one is peer group. Good habits, regular studying, healthy attitude, attitude towards gender will give you up from the group which is good people around, will give you all these things. You will be regular in your studies, you will have good habits, you will have a healthy attitude. Healthy attitude means you will be interested and participating in all the things that interests you, and you will value the other gender in your society. But if you are with the wrong group or who are putting you in a pressure, then you will learn all these things, that is leads to understand unhealthy habits. You will learn unhealthy habits with them, for example bunking lectures, getting into addiction of we can say, gaming or alcohol, smoking, anything. Then anger and bullying. So if you are in a group who does all these things, then even an individual or person will also try to imitate that, right? So this is how your friend group also features and shapes your personality. Fifth one is school. School is also an important factor from where your personality gets shaped, right? Learning process, how the teacher is trying to teach you. Then academic activities, what are the activities that we are doing? If there is a school which is very small, doesn't encourage any sports or something physical activities, then individual when he grows up or he or she grows up, he will not be very good in sports, right? So this is how all the points are included, all the points are shaping your personality all the time. And next one is teacher student rapport. So if you see a student whose rapport is very good with teacher, always talks to the teacher and keeps roaming around the teacher, helps the teacher, so it means they have a good rapport. Good rapport also means that the child's confidence is good, and he or she is uh, very, we can say, confident to talk to people in a group or in a stage. This is how the rapport building shows it. And also if the student who is very good with the teacher will always seek help to the teachers if he or she gets into a problem, it means the student is also learning how to seek help. So it is very important to always talk to your teacher if you need any help or you are into any trouble. Next one is school discipline and policy, results in creativity and healthy personality. So if the school is very disciplined and has good policies, it will also reflect in child's behavior. It will also give a healthy personality. Next one is culture. Culture means from what is the background you're coming from, right? For example, I'll read it for you. Influence thoughts, feelings and behavior pattern of individual. People from different culture have different personality. So here I would like to explain you that every culture plays a different role. So if a person is having some kind of belief because of the culture, he or she will also show it in a group, and it will continue in forward also. The next one is mass media. So I put it mass media in the end because I really want to talk about this with you people. So mass media currently playing a very important role which is shaping your personality. So we see many applications that are showing videos about being sad or being happy and showcasing it all the time. So it is not about it. It is very important to keep your things private, and sometimes you should only show up what you want for people to be seen. You should not get influenced with the mass media and with the post that the people are posting. So mass media is only for updating your knowledge, because all the thing and every information is there. So if you want to know anything, you can just search it. Then we have current issues, what is going on currently in the country or in the world. You can get positive development. If you are using mass media in a right way, you will see a positive development in yourself. If you know that you have some weaknesses, or if you know that you are not so good in a subject, So this is the time where you can use your phone, use your Google or anything, so that you will get a proper information and improve in that thing. So positive development will be seen. But on the other hand, if a individual is using too much of mass media, for example applications or something, then he or she will be disconnected from the world, right? Because they think everything is there on the phone only, and the people who are there in the society, like family, friends, college, lectures, everything will be disconnected because they are too much on the phone. It can be anything, any application, any game, or anything. Then we have sleep deprivation. It means that the sleep will be very much imbalanced. Then we have poor academic performance. Obviously, if you are disconnected with the world, then academic will be poor. We can see the poor performance there. Then we see antisocial loneliness and insecurity affects adversely on the personality. So it is very logical that if a person is using too much of phone, he will have a decrease in the friends. But if the cell phone or the laptop or any gadget goes haywire and not working, then obviously you don't have friends, then you will go to an loneliness feeling, the insecurities will come up, and this will affect your personality in a very wrong way. So right now it is very important to be careful what are you looking at on the mass media or social websites. So please be careful when you are using your phone in the lockdown too much. I hope you are using it for your development. Okay. So here I end the chapter and the part 1 video. There are 2 part of this chapter coming up with my next video. Okay. So we have more points to learn. Right now we did factor shaping personality. We have 7 factors here. So please go back and read your textbook. Okay. Thank you, students. Have a good time.